Hi there, Steve here in Sydney of the Lay Gnosis website truebluehealer.com. I'm here going to explain the enhancing effect that Gnosis has on the belief and understanding and experience of committed Christians. I'll start by explaining where Gnosis occurs in the Bible. I'll do a broad brush summary here. There are two types of people in the Bible. There's a Gnostic type of person that receives a message in dreams, frequently has an internal mentoring voice, often has wisdom beyond that of the average person, and they are often leading figures making decisive roles in very powerful and instructive stories. The other type of person is what we might call a normally conscious person, who believes they are physically and totally alone, totally disconnected from everything else. And this goes for the greater mass of common people. Certainly all the audience backdrop in the Bible, the common people, the crowds, the groups, the corporations of priests and things like that. I would call them all normally conscious people. As opposed to these people who have these Gnostic experiences, receiving messaging, vivid dreams, and internal mentoring voices, etc. A good example might be Mary, who was told in advance she was going to have a very special child. Well, to do that, she's actually in a state of gnosis. That's just one example. There are many others in the Bible. You know it better than I do. So now I'm going to give you a real example of a real person, a committed Christian from a Catholic church who would have to be called a fundamentalist. He was so enthusiastic, he had studied the Bible so much he could quote it page after page after page, chapter and verse. His knowledge of the Bible was extensive and admirable. So what happened when he became Gnostic? He came to the True Blue Healer website, went through the 20-minute beginner's tour, obtained immediate physical evidence that something had changed, well, at least after about 4 days. By the end of the week, he was having vivid messaging dreams. This happens to everybody, by the way, who comes into the website and goes through the beginner's tour. It's a simple formal lesson on how to do this Gnosis thing. And I didn't know what was going to happen because he was such a committed person to the Bible. And to my delight, the answer came in a most beautiful way. One of the attributes of this layman's gnosis is that you start to hear a type of internal mentoring voice. It might show you visions in your mind's eye. It might show you sound, video, still pictures, whatever. And because he had committed the entire Bible to memory, this young man, who is very intelligent, by the way, he started to hear daily Bible readings. Something read out to him internally. Happened after about 4 to 5 months, I think. And what happened was, he was shown some of the passages of the Bible that he had misunderstood. And it began to clarify and beautify and intensify his understanding of the Bible in a most beautiful way. It still goes on today, as far as I know. That's about a year later. And so by becoming a layman's Gnostic, a lay Gnostic, he basically had a very enhanced understanding of the Bible and Christianity, and is now living happily ever after with, he reports much mood elevation. This is a real person you can talk to. He's available, email contactable. But what I'd like to do is extend this offer to any committed Christian who wants to have a better understanding of the Bible. I like to think that you pursue your religion, practice your devotions, study your Bible with the ultimate goal of knowing God directly. Certainly it occurred in the Bible to some of those heroic figures. But today, a biochemical switch closure can be done at a website, and making this state of consciousness, this gnosis, available to anyone in just 20 minutes with immediate physical evidence. Within 7 days you get some messaging of vivid dreams, and they will be night dreams, but you'll also get messaging dreams in daytime as well. You'll get independent physical signals to prove to you that it's not your imagination, you're not making this up, it's not your mind doing self-talk. Independent physical signals, and some of them may involve people 10,000 miles away. I've already made videos about that. There's a lady in the Canary Islands who can attest to that. Name is Gladys. So, I'll just quickly summarise. Over the 12-month period, can I say that this committed Christian who became Gnostic, the internal mentoring voice, the images he was shown, the things he was told, the explanations, essentially did one thing. They rescued him from literalism. And that's all he ever got from his fundamentalist church. So now he's much better off because he's got literally God explaining the real meanings of the Bible to him, which are far richer than you'd ever believe, ever understand, just by taking the Bible literally. So if you're a serious student of the Bible, you're a serious practitioner of religion, I can only commend Layman's Gnosis to you at truebluehealer.com. It's just a 20-minute biochemical switch trigger with immediate physical evidence given to you. And within 7 days you'll get some messaging vivid dreams, and there'll be some daylight dreams later, and you'll also get some independent physical signals within about 10 or 12 days. And the internal mentoring voice tends to start between 3 and 6 months later. So can I see you back there at truebluehealer.com? One thing I'll say to you, you might think this is some kind of New Age cult thing or something. Well, it is not. There's no membership listing, no tithing. It's already been proven in 10 countries. It even works on atheists. And it can only happen with the cooperation and the grace of God behind the whole thing. So it's certainly no affront to your religious beliefs. It just cannot be. Because you can finally become one of those biblical heroes that you have read so much about. So can I see you back at truebluehealer.com?